Hello, hello. What's going on, you guys? Kiara from Chica here, coming to you live with Alive. I wanted to cover a really fundamental topic today because I had a lot of response to my posts in relation to, how do you get people to reach out to you versus you having to say use a script and you kind of be the one chasing them up in order to learn about your offer. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. And actually I have some notes, so you might see me look down. All right. Now, if you're watching me live, give me a hashtag live and tell me who you are, where you're dialing in from. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. So yeah, so as I was mentioning, I had a lot of people reach out, mainly because I spoke about, how there's still this, there's still like, unfortunately, there are still trainings on, how to go about free Facebook strategies, but the hard way, so to speak, where you use a script and, just it's kind of really vague the way it's being taught, and there should be a very specific process with how you do your free Facebook strategies, and that's how you get optimum results, right? You have to be extremely targeted with your ideal prospect. Like, where are they hanging? You need to know this. Like, that's one of the first questions. The next thing is, your posts, all right? Your posts should be doing the selling for you. So I'm going to go through this and talk about that in a bit more detail. So I don't know if I'm not seeing comments because I am just using my phone. Anyhow, doesn't matter. So when you just make a connection with someone, what happens is, let's say you use Facebook like I do. When you make a connection, they're a cold prospect, right? Now, you need to warm them up through your content, all right? So as soon as someone is your connection, all right, they're a cold prospect. They don't know who you are. They don't know, like, trust you. For all they know, you're just a digital nobody, right? So you need to basically get them to warm up to you, right? That's how you get one step closer to them buying your offer and even paying attention to your offer, right? So in order to start warming them up to you and even get close to you, to asking you about your offer, and I have people who literally, I connect with them, and in less than a week, sometimes within 24 hours or instantaneously, they're asking me about what I have to offer for them to work alongside me. And the reason being is they take a look at my Facebook group or they take a look at my Facebook profile, and my posts are very targeted for them, all right? My posts speak to them, all right? My posts are targeted to knock any objections that are stopping them from buying my offer. And I use stories as well to relate to them, all right? Even my emails. So like, for example, today I have an email going out. It's going to talk about a story in my life. By the way, if you're not on my email list, you're really missing out. Let me know in the comment section below if you want me to add you, and I'll reach out for your email and I'll get you onto my email list, or I'll just send you a link. But anyhow, so it starts really by knowing your ideal client, all right? So when you have your offer, all right, start to think like, who would be my ideal client for this? And also think about who you want to work with. This is really important. Like, I kind of get specific about people I want to work with. I'm not willing to work with anyone. So I have like a whole, like, I've been literally just writing notes and notes on my ideal client. Like, and you need to start asking certain questions. So questions like, what keeps them up at night? What outcome do they want? Like, what transformation do they want? Like, how do they want their life to look like, after they've gone through your offer? Like, what transformation will it create for them? All right, like, what do they struggle with right now? What are their pain points? And their pain points, I'm telling you, are the most important things. The most important part of this. Why? Because when you know, like, what their pain points are, what their deepest core desires are, you can take that and you can craft your posts. All right. So for example, one of the things I wrote about my ideal client and what their pain points are is that they're tired of using, say, a script, right? And the other day I did a whole post. I'm not sure if it was on my profile or my group. I think it was on my profile. I wrote a whole post that spoke about how I dislike scripts, and I kind of did a whole rant, but that gave people an aha moment. And I kind of told people, hey, there's an alternative to this. You don't have to have a painful strategy, all right? If you really want to love your business, you should have a strategy that's kind of more easy to follow. Yes, it's going to take time, it's going to take patience, but it's more doable for most people. All right, so when I wrote this post, I had quite a few people reaching out, and they were like, can you tell me like what I can do instead of having a script? And it's so easy. Then when they come to you on Messenger, they're pre-qualified. They know you have an offer up your sleeve. All they want to know is a more crystal clear process of the step-by-step that you're gonna use to help them with their transformation. All right, that would be your offer. So you also need to have a very crystal clear step-by-step what my offer can do for people. All right, because when you have that in place and you can show it to them, they can match it up with what they currently have and be like, okay, do I need this? Because if you can hit like everything that they need help with and it's in your offer, it's a no-brainer for them to buy. All right, most people won't buy into your offer if it's very laid out vaguely, and kind of they can't justify the price of paying you, especially for those of you that do high ticket. I mean, I do high ticket, so for me it's really important that I kind of show people I have a step-by-step to help them get to their transition, right? Because when I do that, then it's easy for me to sell to them. They can justify the price of paying high ticket, right? So that's more or less in a nutshell. Now, one final thing before I get off, and this is like the most important part, right? So again, I see lots of these, everyone's pretty much doing the same thing with Facebook. There seems to be a lot of training going around where there's a lot of focus on engagement. Now, engagement's really important, don't get me wrong. I think it's cool to have engagement, but engagement does not equal sales. All right, and I've said this over and over. I say this a lot in my group. For those of you not in my group, you can join the group for free. Just let me know in the comment section below, or just reach out to me and I'll invite you. But engagement does not equal sales. So if you see someone getting a ton of engagement on their profile, that does not equal success. That does not equal six-figure income. I can assure you that. I had someone who actually admitted that they had like 500 likes per post, but they weren't even on the 5K per month level yet. So that goes to show you, you can literally make six figures a year with 3,000 friends on your Facebook list, provided it's high ticket, right? And provided that you know how to do certain tweaks to your offer so that it's laid out in a way that's so irresistible that people will be like, I'm an idiot if I pass this by, right? You really need to justify the cost. That's so important, justifying the cost of your offer. And that's why you need to have a crystal clear layout of what people get when they buy into your offer, okay? And for those of you that do affiliation, it's so important that you have bonuses added onto that. I know I may be talking gibberish to some of you, or gibberish, I don't know what the word is exactly in English, but it's so important because, excuse me, it's so important because you're going up against a lot of other people promoting the same thing. Like on people's Facebooks, like the minute I get on their Facebook profile when I'm profiling people to add, I notice that I already can tell like the company they're promoting, and I see the same tree floating around, and I'm like, these people don't make themselves stand out at all. Like even if you're gonna put the company as the face, which is not recommended by the way, you need to have something that makes you stand out from the other people who are also promoting the same thing. And that's how you get on leaderboards. It's with irresistible offers, having something that makes you special, that makes you look different from the rest, right? But I wanted to get to the most important thing with Facebook posts. If you want more people reaching out to you, take this tip. If not anything from this video, take this, all right? I've seen a lot of Facebook profiles because I do free Facebook strategies, and I'm literally rebuilding my friends list because I started Facebook like 5 years ago. So I've been looking at profiles here and there, and I don't see enough people laying out their offer, all right? So it's so important that like, let's say you're a value-driven person, that's awesome, right? Although I do believe that belief shift posts are more important than these value posts that I'm seeing around a lot. Value is great, especially in the form of a live video like I'm doing right here, but the problem with all these value posts is, so how do you stand out, right? That's why I talk about the belief shift post. That's why you need to know your ideal client. Know what keeps them up at night. It's because you're going to use that to create posts that knock their objections out of the way. And they're like, what do you have to offer, right? So what I'm not seeing enough is call to actions. I'm not seeing enough, like a post with a pitch that talks about, what are you going to give them? It had they to join your offer, right? And I do this in my group. So for those of you that want to have an idea of what it's like, you guys can either request to join my group. I have the link attached to my Facebook banner, so you can just join directly through there. But you really need to start giving a crystal clear process and make repetitive call to actions where you make your offer so obvious to people, like that you have an offer that can help them, because you're doing a disservice if your offer is actually going to change a person's life, and that a person that wants to go from their hell to their heaven, that you need to make your offer more visible. Now, I'm not saying go pitch your product and put your link all over your Facebook wall. That's not what I do, all right? If you go check out all my Facebook posts from my profile, it's always a mindset shift post, all right? Now, if you want more ideas, again, go check my previous Facebook posts. But at the end of every post, I have a call to action, all right? So if you need more help with this, send me a message and we'll go back and forth and see if you're a good fit for what I have on offer, all right? So that's what I'm doing with my posts, so that I get more people reaching out to me, and I don't need that many people I don't need a ton of engagement on these posts. I just want enough people to see it so that I have at least one person a day reaching out asking me about how they can join my offer. And that's what you want, at least one person a day asking you about your offer. Because if you can close half of those, all right, let's say you just work Monday to Friday like I do, all right, that's 10 sales. And if you have like a big ticket item and maybe there's like follow-up tiers where you get additional commissions, that's an easy 5 to 10K a month, right? So that's basically the process. So I hope you actually found that to be of value. If you did, please give me some love. Don't forget, if you want to join my group, just literally go to the banner of my Facebook profile, and at the bottom of that story, so there's my whole story, at the very bottom there's a link to my group. So you can skip all that, go straight to the group. If you want to be on my list, I'm always sharing value and posts that you guys can have a look at if you want as well, and guys can mimic. Just don't copy, because I actually can't stand that when people just copy paste my stuff. So yes, if you want to have a look, just let me know, reach out, and I'll add you to the list. But with that being said, make it a great day. I'll see you guys on another video.